Hello, TV land. It's your boy Freelancer Joe. Ooh, I really rushed through that one, didn't I? Ready to once again get cracking. Yeah, maybe I'm starting to get some pent up energy now. I think I'm finally mostly over whatever it is that's been dogging me the past couple days. So, feeling good. Feeling better. Feeling spryer. Is that actually a word? I don't know. It should be a word. Spryer. No. That sounds more spry. More spry. I think that is the correct usage of that term. As you can see, my thoughts are still kind of fuzzy. But when escape. But that is to be expected. Although I still wonder how much of it is due to just being under the weather versus just a general lack of joie de vivre right now, as the French would say. Oh man, I've been drinking so much of this LaCroix, I'm becoming all fancy-fied no, fancy-fied is not another word either. I'm just continually making things up. That is not good. No bueno. Oh wow. Okay, so we got English and French and Spanish thrown in there. What else can I throw in there? I'm grasping now. I don't know many other languages. I don't know German. Well, not that I know Spanish or French either. I don't know tidbits of German beyond, Farfignugan and Volkswagen, Peopleswagen, and Volks, people, I think, right? That's just funny. The German have the words for everything, and yet there's very little I know about them. The German words, not necessarily the German people. Not that I know much about the German people either, other than based upon the engineering designs of Heckler and Koch that the Teutonic people have very large hands. Or at least very long fingers, because some of the trigger pulls on the HK USBs, I don't know how they do that. Or maybe I have small hands. Well, I don't know if I have small hands. They're perfectly suited for me, I think, but not for HK pistols. Although they work fine on the Austrian pistols. Let's see. So how y'all doing today? Doing good and fine? I certainly hope so. Ooh, it is chilly outside. The apartment folks came in to do their semi-annual maintenance, I should say, checking the air filters and the water heater and things like that. And when I opened the door for them, they were all bundled up, and I felt that blast of cold air. It actually almost felt like winter, to be honest. Which is great and wonderful. Well, you'd be like, Freelancer Joe, but you apparently have a cold, or had a cold, or just gotten over a cold. How can you be looking forward to that? It's not actually the cold weather in particular that gives me the colds. It's the temperature shifts that throw me off. And I don't think it's so much the temperature shifts, it's actually my body adjusting to getting used to being, whether it's hot air or cold air, being blown on me when I go indoors. I think that's what causes it. At least that's my guess. You'd think after all the years I've been on this earth, I'd figure out what is exactly doing it. Well, I figure by the time I'm ready to be put in the ground, I'll have it all figured out. All right, what am I doing? Okay. Well, I'm jibber-jabbering right now. Normally I should stall for more time, but again, I have this pent-up energy thing, I think. Plus, I was kind of crawling my way back out of that hole where things weren't working, and now things are working. So the momentum is kind of going. It's in an upward swing. Yeah, if I'm being bluntly honest, I have I don't want to say cycle because that sounds like moon sickness, and that is the distinctly feminine thing. But yeah, I have highs and lows. I'll be going good for a couple months or so, and then I'll hit a downturn where it just kind of, and then it'll pick back up. But it's not a perfect like sine wave or cosine wave. I'll run high pretty good for a while, and then crash low. And that will actually get drawn out longer depending upon whether or not I try to prevent myself from hitting the bottom. If I like keep trying to push myself back up, then it's kind of a longer curve. Whereas if I just go straight down, and then I'm like, okay, here I am. Now I can crawl myself back up. All right. So yeah. I already asked how y'all doing. So I hope you're doing good too and fine. As you can see, I've set things up. I've minimized myself. Well, not that you can ever truly minimize all of this. I could say I've tried to make myself. I've tried to make myself less of a focal point, but that is Herculean effort. Herculean, a Joian effort, a freelancer Joian effort. Yes, it takes a lot of effort. And even then, there's only so much that can be done. You're gonna make the sun stop shining? That is folly to try that. But yeah, so minimize myself. I've opened up my editor, opened up the browser, and I've just started up my template. And if you have been keeping pace with me, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and remove all the warnings from my templates, because oh yes, I decided that, well, since they are a form of technical debt, but they also potentially provide the template for client work, it's better to get rid of that technical debt now. So for example, if say I didn't do it now and then several clients came along and they all use the same template, then in order to get rid of the warnings for them, the work would have to span across several projects. Whereas if I get rid of the warnings now, then I don't have to deal with that technical debt multiplied later. What do they call it? It's not necessarily a force multiplier, but it is a multiplier. So we get rid of the warnings now, don't have to worry about them later. And that is why you try to address technical debt when you can, as much as we try to avoid it. Alright, so I believe, oh, that's funny. Oh, no, it was not Pure was the one I was working on. It was Parallax was the one that I was working on. Alright, so, looks like if I make a mistake, I can still go ahead and stall for time. Isn't that awesome? Why did I start on Parallax? I think it was because it was alphabetical. That is probably why. But yeah, feeling better now. Man, that was. I think I may have been feeling well enough this morning, probably, to drag myself in. I think now it's just that I'm been cooped up so much now that the energy of just being cooped up is pushing me out. So I think that's why I'll be able to make it into work tomorrow. I'm still not happy about having to burn the vacation time. Though it's occurred to me that I don't necessarily have to burn as much vacation time. In theory, I could work late tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, and then I can do some hours on the weekend, which I'm fortunate enough to be in a job where that is possible. Although putting in extra hours when I'm still recovering from an illness probably isn't a great idea. So I might just do some weekend time on Saturday and Sunday and still burn some hours. Well, an interesting term when you use things, you burn them. All right. So as you can see on the main page, we don't have any errors, which is good. Now let's see about our navigation. So that's home, right? Home. Okay, wait. Alright, so this is the hash history. This was the error or the warning where if we tried to navigate to the page that we're already on, that it throws a warning. And so the correct check for it, this is something I saw in my, when I was removing the warnings from my own website, web application, really. The fix was to, well, there are multiple fixes, I believe. There are options, multiple options. And I'm trying to figure out which one I went with. I'm trying to remember which one I went with. JavaScript components, I think it was in the view container. It's probably in the view container where I made that decision. Okay, here we go. Pulled the history location from the properties, which is injected into it, and I basically did a check to make sure if the history and location and we add a navigation value, that's just defensive programming. So if location.pathname does not, and the key does not equal the first part of the location path name, no, the second part, because location path name will have the /. I think that's a /. Alright, so that's an easy enough fix. Right. Right? Something's bogging and moving slowly. Yeah, real slowly. Okay, so that was view container. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Of course. Because it was checking for an update. Yeah, in addition to my VirtualBox needing an update, now there are other packages that need updating. Okay. Yeah, alright. So first we go ahead and pull, we'll just copy this entire thing and put in what we need. So by doing, by doing history and location here, as you can see, I don't have to do the this.props on history all the time. That's nice. But we only have these. We only have these 4 routes for this particular template, or all the templates actually. I think I've only set up 4 routes, and pretty easy to add more ones. V2, view 3. So what was I talking about? I was talking about burning vacation time. To cover, well, paid time off technically, since it's used for both vacation, personal leave in general, whether it's vacation or sick time or you just need a day off. Never underestimate needing a day off. Well, you really have to wonder if you need a day off. But it's good for the mental health to occasionally take that break, that unscheduled break. Even if it's just for mental health. If it's for physical health, as in my case, I was sick. It's kind of, it is what it is. All right. So what did I fix? I fixed navigating in the same view. All right, good. We don't have that. Let's see if it still navigates to other views, though. Yes, it does. All right. So this was view 1, and I'm probably gonna have key view 1. Styles, what are you complaining about? Route switch div. I'm almost certain this is a similar fix that I had to do for the home view, since they're all pretty much the same, but parallax header. Okay, so it was the parallax thing. Alright, I had to fix that in the home view also. My visual acuity is dipping, so alright, this is where I had to do the key counter. I will likely have to do this for view 1 also. Probably view 2 and 3. They are exactly the same, I think, except for the name, obviously, and the values I put in the configuration file for them. Render CFG parallax, right. Alright, so I added a key counter because we could have multiple parallax objects in there. Nav bar, tab that. Anything, I probably could cut and paste this entire function. Can't I? Could probably, no I can't. Header, info, header, cards. Okay, so that's different. Now here I passed in, and that's why I did not cut and paste the entire thing. Because they are still slightly different. Even if I can't remember why they're slightly different. But the fact that they're named differently is a clue to myself that they are slightly different for a reason. Parallax key, parallax header, okay. Parallax cards. Kind of surprised that didn't complain. Oh no, okay, card key, that's fine. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Do you actually even use that? Parallax card. Oh, you don't use that. Ah, I'm glad that I checked that. Alright. Otherwise, that would have been another error. Not error, but warning. It might even be there already. So push the key down to the card generation. You know what? I might need another one. Because it can render multiple cards. In fact, I don't... I have to do this again, don't I? Alright, so what am I talking about? Well, alright, so... even if I pass it in a counter, it's still... this function itself creates its own array, which needs its own counter. And I don't need to even pass in this counter. Actually, I do. It's a bit of a differentiator. Okay. Oh boy. It's a compound key. I mean, it's already a compound key, but an even more of a compound key. Parallax key, and now we're going to need a card key. No, key counter. Because we're going to be repeating this step. Boggy. Slow. Okay, let key counter equals 0. After we push that, key counter, increment the counter. Plus. Alright, so you take in the key, in addition to the key counter, and then the card key that you generate will be plus parallax key plus the card key. So that should be unique. Oh gee, I'm going to have to remember that. Alright, so let's see how that popped up. Anyway, yeah. So I'm probably not going to do the longer days on Thursday and Friday. Probably do time on Saturday and Sunday. Now that shouldn't actually affect drinks with Joe. If anything, we might have a little coffee with Joe instead. That'd be a nice way to break up the work day, especially since nobody's going to be in the office and I won't be interacting with anybody. It might affect gaming with Joe. Not the actual recording session, because that's pretty quick. Even the editing of the video itself is pretty quick. As you can see, we have no errors there. That's good. But the actual upload of the video takes a remarkably long time. Oh, actually, that might affect Drinks with Joe too. Now I think about it. I don't think it's the upload itself, because it's, well, the transfer of the data itself, because the Gaming with Joe episodes and the Drink with Joe episodes are the same size as the Freelancer Joe episodes. I think it's because it's higher fidelity, perhaps, but it takes longer for YouTube to process them. Alright, so view looks fine. Nice. Let's see. View 1 looks fine. Let's go to home. Home's fine. Back to view. View's still fine. Good. Bueno. Let's hit view again. Okay, so we don't get the error. And if I go to view 2, we're going to have the same errors. Warnings. Warnings. These are warnings, right? Yep. It's only the one, though. So that's kind of strange. Now, I know it's going to be the same for view 2 and view 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and make those changes ahead of time. So, what do we do here? So in CFG parallax, right? CFG parallax. Oh, view 2. Gotta do things in order. Left to right. It's the way I read, it's the way I think. Alright, add the counter. Let's simultaneously do that for view 3. Add the counter. Alright, now I'm going to be going back and forth. And, okay, so actually, you know what? For this, I can. Let me verify. Okay, yes, I can copy, cut and paste the entire function. Actually, I'm just copying the contents of it. Looks like I could have copied the entire function. Yeah. Alright, put that there. Put that there. Right, okay. Bueno, bueno. Parallax header, I didn't change. Parallax cards, I did. Again, we will just do the entire thing. Now it's the entire function, not just the contents. It's easier for the eye to track the function's definition, begin and end. Parallax cards. Of course, even with all this time up, at least I was able to get some more of my media conversion done. It's still very slow going, though. Very slow going. Hopefully, when I get all of the TV shows done, the movies will be a lot quicker. So we change the signature and we change the key. Alright, and that. Thank you. Should be that. Now, why didn't I copy the entire thing? Made a mistake. I only fixed it if the orientation was on the left. Alright, let's go ahead and fix it on the right too. And fix that. Alright, looking good. We still have to add that one extra parameter, otherwise it's going to blow up, figuratively. Alright, let's save all, let it recompile. But yeah, let me see, how many more of those stupid binders do I have left? I say stupid. Just because the whole process is starting to drag on. But I still have quite a few. I'll be so happy to get the TV shows done. Alright. What? What? Oh, that's not good. Or is that old? Wait, did the build... Is it still... Wait a minute. That's not right. Maybe that's old stuff. Alright. Home. We are at home. Fine. View 1. Oh. I thought I just fixed that. You know what? Maybe one of the things I just changed, unchanged it. Who's complaining? Each child, view 1. I thought I just fixed that. Parallax header. View 2. Alright, view 2 is fine. View 3. View 3 is not. Parallax key, so it's view 1 and view 2. So it has something to do with the values. Push this at that. So who's complaining? Huh. And this is why you put in these debug statements. To try and narrow down, well, I mean, in theory the stack trace would tell me, but rendering CFG parallax cards, CFG parallax object, with key, parallax key. Rendering CFG card. Yeah, I should have said parallax key. I don't think I'm gonna get this done before we hit the 30-minute mark, and we are getting awfully close right now. But maybe I can at least identify what combination of values is causing this problem. Alright. So who is still complaining? That was view 1. Okay, that's fine. View 1. Okay. With parallax key 0, rendering CFG card. With parallax key 0, with card key 0. Wait a minute. So it only rendered one thing. I said key, right? Am I pushing the right thing in there? Key 0, 0. Pushed that. CFG card 0, 0. Oh, it's the stupid messages. It's right here. Alright, we'll do that one more time. Let's see if that works, because we just blew the 30-minute mark. Actually, I probably need to pass in the parallax key too, just in case. And there we go, no warnings. Okay, because the messages, because I would allow the user to be able to have multiple messages. My clients to have multiple messages, not the user. Alright. Alright. Well, so at least I know now how to fix everything. I doubt I'll fix it off camera because it's free content. Well, not free content. Well, it is free content for you. It's not necessarily free for me because it comes from my blood, sweat, and tears. Not that I've cried yet or bled yet. On camera, anyway. But I will wrap this up for now. Thank you for joining me. I hope you will join me tomorrow, as I should be able to put this to bed. Although that still leaves the other two templates. But all the fixes should be exactly the same, so hopefully that'll go a lot quicker. Cool kid words about liking, subscribing, commenting, suggesting, and I hope you'll join me next time. And until then, take care and God bless.